Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the darkest and most chilling psychological crime thrillers ever made, Se7en, directed by David Fincher and released in 1995. This film isn't just a murder mystery, it's a deep exploration of human sin, morality, and obsession. So, sit back as I take you through the story, the themes, and why Se7en is considered a masterpiece of the crime thriller genre. We meet two detectives. Detective Somerset, played by Morgan Freeman, a wise but weary man just days away from retirement. Detective Mills, played by Brad Pitt, a young impulsive cop newly transferred to the city with his wife, Tracy, played by Gwyneth Paltrow. The film opens in a bleak, rain-soaked city. We meet Detective Somerset, Morgan Freeman, a veteran cop just days away from retirement. He's calm, methodical, and world-weary, a man who has seen too much darkness. Enter Detective Mills, Brad Pitt, young, impulsive, and full of energy. He transfers to this city with his wife, Tracy, Gwyneth Paltrow, hoping for a fresh start. Somerset and Mills couldn't be more different, wisdom versus passion, patience versus impulse, and this tension becomes the backbone of the story. The detectives are called to a horrifying scene, a man forced to eat himself to death. This is the first murder, gluttony. The sheer brutality shocks Mills, while Somerset calmly observes details others miss. Soon after, a wealthy lawyer is discovered dead, his body staged as punishment for greed. The words, greed, and gluttony, are scrawled at the crime scenes. Somerset realizes these are not random killings, they're part of a pattern. Someone is crafting murders around the 7 deadly sins. As the investigation deepens, Somerset and Mills clash. Somerset wants out, he's tired, disillusioned, ready to retire. Mills, on the other hand, insists they chase the killer down at all costs. Meanwhile, Tracy, Mills' wife, confides in Somerset. She feels isolated, trapped in this dark city, and she reveals a heartbreaking secret. She's pregnant, but she hasn't told Mills yet. Somerset advises her to only tell him if she decides to keep the baby, a moment that foreshadows the devastating ending. The next crime shakes them even more. A drug dealer and child abuser is discovered emaciated, strapped to a bed for a full year, kept alive in torture. This represents sloth. The scene is grotesque, one of the most shocking in the movie. The press swarms, and the city grows restless. Somerset and Mills know they're racing against time. Using library records, they track books about sins and religion, and eventually, they suspect a man named John Doe. When they raid his apartment, they discover mountains of journals filled with disturbing writings. But John Doe escapes, leaving behind a sense of control, as if he's always one step ahead. The murders escalate. At a seedy motel, a man is forced at gunpoint to assault a prostitute with a deadly weapon, representing lust. The psychological trauma of the victimizer himself is horrifying to watch. Soon after, a model is found dead, her face mutilated beyond repair. John Doe gave her a choice: call for help and live disfigured, or kill herself. She chose death. This is pride. By now, Somerset and Mills know John Doe is building towards something bigger. But what? In a shocking twist, John Doe, played with eerie calmness by Kevin Spacey, simply walks into the police station, covered in blood, and turns himself in. But it's not over. He offers to take the detectives to the location of his final murders. The condition: only Somerset and Mills can escort him. Against their better judgment, they agree. The three drive out to the middle of the desert. Tension builds in silence. Suddenly, a delivery van approaches. The driver drops off a package addressed to Mills. Somerset opens the box, and his face says it all. Inside is the severed head of Tracy, Mills' wife. The audience never sees it, but the horror is overwhelming. John Doe calmly explains. He was guilty of envy, envious of Mills' simple, happy family life. His plan is complete if Mills kills him, making Mills the embodiment of wrath. Somerset pleads with Mills to walk away, but grief and rage consume him. In one of the most powerful, tragic endings in cinema, Mills shoots John Doe, fulfilling the killer's twisted masterpiece of all 7 deadly sins. And that's the full recap and review of Se7en. It's dark, it's disturbing, and it's absolutely unforgettable. What did you think of the ending? Do you think Mills had a choice, or was John Doe always destined to win? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the greatest films ever made. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.